Chosen. Have you ever felt that some people enter your life as if they were pieces of a puzzle you didn't even know you were putting together? Perhaps it was that unexpected meeting, a glance that seemed to transcend time, or a conversation that touched your soul in a way you can't explain. These connections are not mere coincidences. They carry something much greater, something that transcends the here and now. These people, who seem to appear at just the right moment, are part of a divine plan. They are what we call soul contracts, spiritual agreements made even before you were born. Each contract carries a purpose: to teach, heal, challenge, or even awaken something dormant within you. It's as if the universe is conspiring for these encounters to happen, guiding you toward your growth and your life mission. But how can you know if you are living a soul contract? How can you recognize these special connections? That's exactly what we are going to explore today. There are clear signs that indicate you are facing one of these deep and transformative relationships. And by identifying these signs, you will be able to better understand the role these people play in your journey, and more importantly, what the universe expects you to learn from them. Chosen, this is the moment to open your mind and heart to understand what these connections mean. It doesn't matter if it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, or even a brief encounter that left deep marks. Each soul contract has a unique and powerful purpose. And by recognizing these bonds, you will be closer to fulfilling your mission and living in alignment with your spiritual purpose. So get ready to dive into this universe of discoveries and awakening. Together, let's uncover the 7 strongest signs that you have a soul contract with someone. And before we begin, go ahead and give a like and subscribe to the channel to continue receiving content that illuminates your journey. Chosen, your soul is ready for this transformation. Let's go. Have you ever had that moment when you met someone, and at the instant you exchanged glances or words, felt as if you had known this person for a long time? It's as if something inside you said, "I recognize you." This feeling is not a product of chance, nor a simple coincidence. It is one of the clearest signs that you are facing a soul contract. This type of connection goes far beyond superficial affinities, like liking the same music or having similar interests. It's not about hobbies or lifestyles. It's something deeper, something that transcends time and space. It's as if, somewhere within your being, you know that this person has been present in your life before, even if you can't explain how or why. Imagine that your soul is like a large puzzle, and these people you recognize instantly are key pieces that help complete the picture. They appear to remind you of who you really are, to guide you in moments of doubt, or to challenge you to grow in ways you never imagined. This type of connection can be exhilarating, but it can also be unsettling. After all, how do you explain something that feels so real, but doesn't make logical sense? It's important to trust what you feel. The soul has a wisdom that goes beyond rational thought. When you feel this recognition, it's because there is something there that deserves your attention. These connections can arise in different types of relationships. It could be a friend you just met, but who seems to understand you like no one else. It could be a romantic partner who, from the very first meeting, made you feel like you were home. Or even someone who crossed your path briefly, but left a deep mark. The most interesting thing is that often, these people appear at crucial moments in your life. Perhaps you are going through a phase of transition, facing challenges, or seeking answers. And then, as if by magic, this person appears, bringing clarity, support, or even challenges that help you grow. But not always are these connections easy. Sometimes, the instant recognition comes with intense emotions, which can be both positive and challenging. You may feel immense joy when you are near this person, but you may also feel fear or insecurity, especially if this connection is bringing to the surface aspects of yourself that need to be worked on. The important thing is to be open to what this relationship has to offer. Don't try to force explanations or control what is happening. Just allow the connection to follow its natural course. Trust that if this person has appeared in your life, it's because there is a greater reason behind it. And remember, instant recognition doesn't mean that the relationship will be perfect or free of challenges. On the contrary, often these connections come to teach us important lessons, which may be uncomfortable, but are essential for our growth. So the next time you feel that inexplicable familiarity with someone, pay attention. Observe what this person awakens in you, how they make you feel, and what this connection might be trying to teach you. These encounters are gifts from the universe, opportunities for evolution and reconnection with your essence. Chosen, trust the wisdom of your soul. It knows how to recognize who is part of your path, even when your mind doesn't yet understand. And when you meet someone who awakens this instant recognition, know that you are facing something special, something that can transform your journey in deep and meaningful ways. Have you ever noticed how, sometimes, life seems to play at fitting pieces of an invisible puzzle together? It's as if, suddenly, everything aligns in such a perfect way that it becomes hard to believe it's just coincidence. These moments, when things happen so synchronously, are clear signs that something greater is at work. When you have a soul contract with someone, the universe finds surprising ways to bring you together, even when it seems unlikely or unexpected. Imagine that you are thinking about someone you haven't seen in years. Suddenly, this person sends you a message or appears in a place where you would never expect to find them. Or perhaps you are going through a tough time, and out of nowhere, someone shows up who seems to have exactly the words or support you needed to hear. These encounters are not random. They are carefully orchestrated to happen at the right moment, when you need that connection the most. Synchronicity is like an invisible thread that connects you to this person, guiding your paths to cross. You might start to notice small signs even before the meeting happens. Perhaps you dream about this person, or their name appears repeatedly in conversations, songs, or even on signs in the street. These signs are like reminders from the universe, saying, "Pay attention, something important is about to happen." These synchronized encounters often occur during times of transition. You might be facing a significant change in life, such as a new job, the end of a relationship, or even a search for purpose. And then, as if by magic, this person appears. They may bring clarity, support, or even challenges that help you grow and see life in a different way. Sometimes, synchronicity manifests so subtly that it's easy to ignore. For example, you might be thinking about someone and at that very moment, hear a song that reminds you of that person. Or you might be flipping through a book and find a sentence that seems to describe exactly what you are feeling about them. These little moments are like clues that the universe leaves for you, indicating that this connection has a greater purpose. Unexpected reunions are also a strong sign of synchronicity. Perhaps you lost touch with someone for years, but suddenly your paths cross again. And when that happens, it feels like no time has passed. The connection is still there, intact, as if it has been waiting for the right moment to be resumed. These reunions are like portals to something new, an opportunity to revisit that relationship with a new perspective. The most fascinating thing about synchronicity is that it reminds us that we are not in control of everything. Often, we want to plan every detail of our lives, but these synchronized moments show us that there is a greater intelligence at work. It's as if the universe is saying, "Trust me, I know what I'm doing." And when you learn to trust this flow, you begin to realize that everything happens for a reason. These connections are not always easy. Sometimes the person who appears in your life brings difficult lessons that require you to face your fears or reevaluate your beliefs. Other times, they bring comfort and support, helping you get through tough moments. In both cases, the connection has a greater purpose, which is to help you grow and evolve. Synchronicity also teaches us to be present. When you are attentive to what is happening around you, you start to notice the signs that the universe is sending. It could be a number that repeats, a phrase you hear multiple times, or even an apparently casual encounter. These moments are invitations for you to stop, reflect, and ask yourself, what is this connection trying to teach me? Chosen. These synchronized encounters are gifts from the universe. They are reminders that you are on the right path, that there is something greater guiding your journey. When you experience synchronicity, it's as if the universe is giving you a hug, saying, I am here, taking care of you. So the next time something seems too coincidental to be true, pay attention. These moments are more than just simple luck. They are signs that you are connected to something greater, something that transcends time and space. Chosen. Trust in the wisdom of the universe and open your heart to these connections. They have the power to transform your life in ways you can't even imagine. Not all soul connections come to bring comfort or harmony. Some of them arrive like true hurricanes, shaking everything you believe to be stable and secure. These relationships have a very clear purpose: to transform you. They are not here to keep you in your comfort zone, but to challenge you, make you grow, and help you become the best version of yourself. When you have a soul contract with someone, that person may enter your life to show you something you need to change, but may be ignoring. It could be a habit that no longer makes sense, a fear that paralyzes you, or a limiting belief that hinders your progress. These connections are like mirrors that reflect parts of you that need to be worked on. And while this may be uncomfortable, it is exactly what you need to evolve. Think of someone who encouraged you to follow a new professional path, even when you were filled with doubts and insecurities. This person may have seen in you a potential that you didn't even recognize. Or perhaps it was a friendship that taught you to set boundaries, something you have always struggled to do. It could even have been a relationship that brought to light past wounds, forcing you to face them and finally heal them. These connections are not always easy. In fact, they are often challenging because they force us to step out of our comfort zone. But it is precisely in these moments of discomfort that growth occurs. It's like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. The process may be painful, but it is necessary for it to be able to fly. These people who enter your life to transform you can take on different roles. They can be a friend, a romantic partner, a co-worker, or even someone you know for a short time, but who leaves a deep impact. What all these connections have in common is that they challenge you to look within yourself and make changes that you might never have considered otherwise. Sometimes, these relationships may seem difficult or even unfair. You may wonder why this person is challenging you so much, or why this connection feels so intense. But over time, you realize that these challenges were exactly what you needed to grow. It's as if the universe is pushing you forward, even if you don't feel ready. These connections also teach us the importance of vulnerability. When someone challenges us to change, it often means letting go of old patterns and beliefs. And that can be scary. But by allowing these changes to happen, you discover an inner strength that you may not have even known you had. For example, imagine you are in a relationship that forces you to confront your fears of abandonment or rejection. At first, this may seem painful and even unbearable. But as you work through these fears, you begin to free yourself from them. And in doing so, you not only heal those wounds, but also become stronger and more confident. Another example could be a friendship that teaches you to set boundaries. Perhaps you have always been someone who puts others' needs above your own, and this friendship challenges you to change that. At first, it may be difficult to say no or prioritize yourself. But over time, you realize that setting boundaries is not selfish, it's self-care. These connections also show us that growth is not linear. Sometimes, you may feel like you are taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. And that's okay. The important thing is to keep moving forward, even if progress is slow. Every small step you take is a victory, and every challenge you face is an opportunity for evolution. Chosen, these transformative connections are disguised gifts. They may not seem pleasant at first, but over time, you realize how much they have helped you grow. They show you that you are stronger than you imagine, more resilient than you believe, and more capable than you ever thought you could be. So the next time you meet someone who challenges you, instead of resisting, try to embrace that opportunity. Ask yourself, what is this person trying to teach me? How can this connection help me grow? These questions can reveal deep insights about yourself and the purpose of this relationship. Remember that every challenge is a chance for evolution. And when you look at these connections with gratitude, you realize that they are an essential part of your journey. Chosen, trust the process. These transformative connections are here to help you fulfill your soul's purpose and become the person you are destined to be. Have you ever been next to someone and felt, almost magically, that everything made sense? As if this person brought a missing piece to the puzzle of your life. This feeling of completeness is one of the deepest signs of a soul contract. It's not that you weren't complete before, but this connection awakens parts of you that were dormant, as if it illuminated corners of your soul that you had yet to explore. Being with this person feels like coming home. There is an inexplicable familiarity, a peace that doesn't need justification. Communication flows naturally, effortlessly, as if you have known each other for a long time, even if you have just met. It's as if the words are just a detail, because the connection goes beyond them. This feeling of completeness is not limited to romantic relationships. It can arise in deep friendships, life partnerships, or even in brief but impactful encounters. What matters is not the type of relationship, but the impact it has on you. These connections have the power to transform your journey, bringing clarity, purpose, and a sense of belonging. Often, these people act as mirrors. They reflect aspects of you that need to be seen, whether they are qualities you have yet to recognize or challenges that need to be overcome. For example, this person may awaken a courage in you that you didn't know you had, or they may bring to the surface fears and insecurities that need to be faced. These connections invite us to look within and reflect on who we are. Ask yourself, what does this person awaken in me? What patterns do I notice in this relationship? How can I use this learning to become a better person? These questions can reveal deep insights about your journey and about this person's role in your life. Although these connections bring a sense of completeness, they are not always easy. Sometimes they come with challenges because growth rarely happens without discomfort. But it is precisely in those moments that you have the opportunity to become a more authentic version of yourself. Imagine, for example, a friendship that makes you feel completely accepted, but also challenges you to be honest about your feelings, or a relationship that brings an inexplicable peace, but also forces you to confront old fears. These relationships are gifts from the universe because they help us grow in ways we might not be able to on our own. The feeling of completeness also reminds us that we are not alone. These connections are a reminder that there is something greater guiding our journey, something that connects us to other souls in a deep and meaningful way. When you meet someone with whom you have a soul contract, it's as if the universe is saying, "You are on the right path. This person is here to help you." Chosen, These connections are precious. They show us that even amid life's challenges, there are moments of pure magic when everything seems to fall into place. And by recognizing these connections, you open yourself to a deeper level of self-awareness and spiritual growth. So when you feel this sense of completeness next to someone, cherish that connection. Reflect on what it is trying to teach you and allow it to transform you. These people are like guides on your journey, helping you reconnect with your essence and fulfill your soul's purpose. Even if this person has just entered your life, there is an immediate sense that you can trust them in a unique and profound way. It's as if, from the very first moment, you knew they would be by your side, ready to embrace every part of who you are, without judgment. This special connection manifests as a natural security, allowing you to open up and share your innermost feelings without worrying about criticism or rejection. This feeling of trust does not need to develop over time, as it arises spontaneously and undeniably in your heart. Right away, you feel free to express your emotions, ideas, and deepest thoughts without reservations. There is a tacit understanding, a kind of invisible connection, that ensures that every word you say will be heard and valued. It's as if you have found a safe haven, a space where you can be 100% authentic, without needing to wear masks or hide parts of yourself. When we encounter such a person, we feel that there is unconditional support available, regardless of any external circumstances. You know with an almost instinctive certainty that you can count on this person in difficult times, when challenges seem to overwhelm your strength. This feeling of security strengthens your confidence to face obstacles and confront adversities without fear. Having someone like this nearby is like having an anchor in the midst of a storm, a loyal companion who is ready to support you and offer their help when you need it most. The presence of this person in your life is not limited to providing emotional support. They also awaken in you a genuine desire to grow, to transform, and to explore new possibilities. This connection goes far beyond momentary feelings. It has a transformative role that touches all layers of your being. When you feel that you can truly be yourself, something within you is awakened. The desire to expand your horizons, learn new things, and face challenges with a new perspective. Every conversation, every gesture, and every shared glance with this person inspires natural and positive changes in your life. You begin to see opportunities where there were once doubts, and your fears seem to dissipate in the face of this new light. It's as if their very presence invites you to step out of your comfort zone and explore paths you once considered distant. This drive to evolve does not arise from imposition or pressure. It comes from within, motivated by the example and the energy that this person radiates. Moreover, the connection established is capable of elevating your consciousness, bringing you closer to your true life purpose. You feel more motivated to seek knowledge, to face challenges with courage, and to overcome any barriers that may arise along your journey. This special relationship not only adds something to your life, but transforms your entire way of seeing the world and relating to it. It is a meeting that illuminates your path, inspiring you to achieve goals and cultivate dreams that once seemed unattainable. By sharing moments of vulnerability with this person, you discover facets of your own character and find the strength to improve aspects that may have remained hidden. This sincere and open exchange creates an environment of mutual growth, where each supports the other without expecting anything in return. You feel challenged, but also supported, and this duality of emotions generates a transformative impulse that is hard to find in any other relationship. This connection is one of the clearest signs of the existence of a soul contract, as it transcends a simple relationship and becomes a spiritual partnership capable of elevating your consciousness and bringing you closer to your destiny. When you find someone with whom this trust is instant and palpable, You realize that this relationship has the power to change your life in profound and lasting ways. Soul contracts are divine gifts that connect us to people who have a purpose in our lives. Each meaningful encounter is part of a larger plan, guided by God. If you have already identified one of these connections in your life, be grateful. Value these encounters and be attentive to what they want to teach you. And if you haven't found one yet, trust in God's timing. The right person will appear when the time is right. If this content resonated with you, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's continue spreading these messages of light and spiritual awakening together. Now tell me in the comments, have you ever felt that you found someone with whom you have a soul contract? Share your experience.